Unemployment claims are at an all-time high due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But just because you were laid off or even fired, it does not mean that you can't still have a successful career going forward. And joining us live this morning to talk about the 3 R's for career recovery is executive career coach, author. He's also a pediatrician, Jarret Patton. Great to see you, Jarret. How are you?
Great to see you, Amy. Thanks for having me on this morning.
All right, in full disclosure, I should also mention that Jarret and I have been friends since kindergarten, and we won't say how long that is, okay?
We'll keep that under wraps.
Yeah, exactly. Great to see you. Okay, so let's start with the first 3 R's, because here in Florida, we are having a lot of problems. Folks have been laid off. They don't know what to do. They don't know where their next paycheck is going to come from. And that is really number one. It's the finances, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. The first thing you want to do is recalibrate. You want to recalibrate your finances. And what I mean by that is that there may be some shifts, because the biggest thing that people are concerned about today is the financial pressure of losing a job suddenly. No matter how you lost your job, whether it's a layoff, whether it was a firing, or just something that recently happened in the coronavirus pandemic, we want to make sure you're recalibrating your finances. So 2 things that you should definitely get in your arsenal of supplies. You can look around your home, get that highlighter and get that calculator, because we want you to get through and start making that budget. Make that budget and look at things like, for instance, you may find money in your transportation budget because, well, let's face it, most of us aren't driving around anymore. We're not using gasoline. We're not taking the bus. So take a look at that budget.
All right, that's good advice. Jarret, I want to talk about confidence, right? Because this is something that really takes a battering when something like this happens. Even though losing your job is no fault of your own, you still feel defeated by it, don't you?
Absolutely. There is a crushing blow to your ego anytime there's a job loss, whether it's something that you did, whether it's something you had nothing to do with. Many of us now are sitting on the sidelines trying to figure out, how do we prepare and get on to our next phase of our life? So part of that is recovering your confidence. So look at yourself. Take a strong, hard look at yourself. Get that gut check, make sure you know what's going on, and get some help if you need it. That could be a trusted friend, a counselor, a coach. And in fact, there are a few things you can do yourself. You can take a book of your favorite affirmations, and perhaps my book, License to Live, Daily Affirmations to Rebuild Your Life, may be one of those, but get something to get that positivity back and get that confidence going strong.
Yeah, absolutely, because nobody wants to hire someone who's just feeling down in the dumps. You have to portray yourself as somebody who is a go-getter. And I want to talk about that too, Jarret, because I think your number 3 point is a really strong one. You don't necessarily, even when the economy comes back, you don't necessarily have to go back into doing the same thing you were already doing. Maybe this is a launching point or a chance to change it up.
It is a time for that 3rd R, Amy, redefining your career. This is your perfect opportunity to look at what you've liked in your life to this point, what you haven't liked in your life to this point, make a list and start redefining your career. So this is a perfect opportunity to take on that long-term project that has really been deep down in your heart, that you really wanted to get started on a new career. Perhaps it's time to get additional training. Some of you may want to go back to school in order to get that going. So yeah, it still fits me. It's still here, Amy. So you may want to get yourself together to take on a new line of work, or perhaps get some additional credentials behind your name.
All right, good stuff. Dr. Jarret Patton, author. Again, the book is License to Live, a primer to rebuilding your life. Always great to talk to you, my friend. You take care.
Thanks, Amy.
All right, we'll see you soon.
He looks great.